Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So, first of all, it's driving me nuts. It's been a while since I've used this backdrop. It's kind of a mess. But anyways, so first of all, I wanted to start by asking you guys. I never start videos with this, so I'm gonna start it like this today. So, first, before the video even starts, I was hoping you guys would go down to the comment section below and tell me. Don't even think about my channel. Tell me what are your favorite kinds of videos to watch. So here's the thing. I've still got so many ideas, but a lot of them are depending on other people, and a lot of them are also depending on weather, depending on certain situations. So I have a lot of ideas that I still want to do for my channel, but as of this very moment, those aren't really working out to my benefit here. So if you wouldn't mind just telling me down below what your favorite kind of videos to watch. Like personally, I really like watching anything to do with ghosts. There's Sam and Colby's channel. I also love Mindseed TV. There's a few different ones I like as far as that, but I also really like the traveling ones. Like I love watching, I love seeing different kinds of parts of the world, and therefore I love watching the TFIL channel. So many different people are traveling and stuff, and I love watching those kind of videos. But I also love the game shows. So Kian and JC are doing game shows. In the past, Joey Graceffa. I love watching that kind of stuff. And I also like the 5-minute crafts. I like a lot of different stuff. And so the stuff that I put up, it is enjoyable content to me. I'm learning how to cook and stuff, and that's why I've been putting up baking channels or baking videos, because I've always liked baking. I'm not very good at cooking, but baking isn't overly hard, follow a recipe. Just like with cooking, I guess, just follow a recipe and you're fine, but I prefer baked goods over a full course meal. Anyway, so if you guys wouldn't mind just before the video even starts, going down below and just telling me what your favorite kind of videos are, I'd really appreciate that, because I'd really like to start trying to cater to my viewers, Without further ado, it's been a while since I have kind of stuck to my roots a little bit, and I was going to do a poetry reading today. I actually do have a lot of poems that I've written that have had to do with my mental illness. So I have been diagnosed, and I'm being treated for anxiety disorder and panic, as well as depression, and I've also, and I do believe it's part of mental illness, but I've had ongoing come and go complications with eating disorders as well, and so I do, I've been on medication that has cemented me to my bed. I've been on medications that have basically given me times where it felt like someone was just shaking my head, and I guess they're called mind zaps or something like that. It wasn't working with my brain properly, so I stopped taking those meds suddenly, which made that problem even worse. But I've been on many different medications. I've been to therapies. I've been in group sessions. I've done a lot of different things to help aid my mental illness, and the one thing that always seems to help me is just to, as much as you're not supposed to do that, I collect myself, I figure out what I'm feeling, and I put it in words, and I put it in a notebook, or I'll write it in my phone. And so those are the poems I'm going to read to you today. I've got my old handy dandy book. I'm sure that most of those these will be the newer things. I don't know how many will be. That's not even my poetry book. This is a very similar book, but it's not my poetry book. Okay, we're going to stick to the ones that are on my phone. I don't think there's very many. Okay, so the reason why I actually wanted to do this one was because I was looking through my notes, because I keep track of my different video ideas, and because there will be a story time on this, and I will maybe record it right after this, but there will be a story time on this. Literally yesterday was a day that everything went wrong. My sister and I were going to film yesterday. We had a couple ideas of what to film, and literally anything you can think of going wrong, went wrong. So I didn't get to film yesterday, so this is definitely a last-minute idea. I looked at my YouTube channel and my analytics, and I realized that some of my most watched videos are actually my poetry videos. And I'm really, really sorry in advance if you see me shining. It's really, really hot in here. My sister spent the night last night, so it's really, really hot in here. But anyways, I have a fan, but of course I can't turn it on because then you guys are going to be really distracted by everything moving and everything making buzzing sounds. So when I was looking through my phone to find my video ideas list, which, I mean, if you guys, just in case you guys don't believe me that I have a bunch of different ideas. I've literally got a whole list, like, literally, like, yeah, oh, there's more. There's, like, it's, like, 5 scrolls worth of, like, video ideas. But, like, I've got, like, mukbang, and, of course, you gotta have people for that. I've got, like, a thrift shop challenge, which me and my friend Kaylin have discussed, and, of course, she's in Kingston. Skits, which, of course, my best friend Kaylin and I have discussed, and, of course, she's in Kingston. My friend Jeff Feenstra and I have been discussing doing some collabs. There's a couple different things that we've been talking about, but we both really want to. We've been discussing a lot about collabing, and we're also planning a road trip in the very near future. So, traveling is, like, travel vlogs are still a thing, as well as I want to do a couple story times, like the one I'm going to do next. That'll be coming soon. My I Know What I Saw video series will be coming back. I've got 2 people that have filmed with me, and I've got 3 lined up. So once I get a couple episodes, but I did just recently have to refilm with my cousin because I did try to work with her video and it did get corrupted. So I did just refilm with my cousin Kat, and her video will be the first one to come out because it's, like, the biggest one, because it's, I don't know, I was just really excited about it, and she actually dropped a pretty big bomb on me in that one. So this was the one that I actually found when I decided this is the video I was going to make. And it's called Tell Me How I Feel. Now, a lot of people, when you tell them that you've got anxiety, or when you tell them, like, you feel like could be an anxiety attack coming on or something like that, a lot of people will end up being like, oh, just go breathe, or, oh, you're fine, you're just overthinking, or whatever, and they don't understand. Like, you know, I guess it must be nice to be in that gray area, whereas you don't understand it because it means you've never felt it. And honestly, I know that that's the big part about, like, raising the awareness, is so just because those people who haven't felt it, that doesn't mean they don't think it exists, you know? Because growing up, I was surrounded by people who always thought I was overthinking, or I would walk in the room, the people would be like, what's wrong with you today? And it's like, it didn't help, you know? So I wrote this poem in January of 2019, and I actually had a really bad time at that point in my life. I was having, like, major financial issues, and my car had literally just, like, blown up in the parking lot at my job, and I was really holding it together. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave my car, and it might catch fire. I never know. Like, what ended up happening was the wiper fluid motor caught fire in my car, and so my car was, like, ticking, and it was smoking. It filled with smoke, and it smelled like burnt plastic, but I had no idea why, and it, like, freaked me the F out. Like, I was like, okay, I literally just bought this car. I'm, like, $6,000 in debt over this car, and then, like, my back windshield issue had just happened. I just fixed my back windshield, and now this was happening, and I was like, I think I was like $6,000 or $7,000 in debt over this vehicle at this point, and so I was literally just walking into my job, and I had to make a checklist in my head, or else I would have just lost my mind, and I was like, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go in, and you're going to punch in, and then you're going to go find your manager or your supervisor and tell them what's going on, so that if you feel like you have to leave and check on your car, you can. And something happened. I slipped on water, which got my heartbeat going. I slipped on, like, a puddle. There was a leak somewhere coming in, and I slipped on a puddle of water. And when my heart started going really, really fast, because I almost fell over, I couldn't catch my breath after that. And after that, I had a lot of people coming up to me, and, like, some people were really great about it. You know, they were like, are you okay? Like, I had people coming up and hugging me all day long. I had a really good friend, coworker, who sat in front of me, and literally, while I was hyperventilating on the floor, she was telling me, like, you need to breathe, you need to catch your breath, you need to focus on this, and not everyone knows how to do that, and not everyone goes out of their way to try. So that day, I also had people that were making up excuses for why it happened, and they were just saying I wanted attention and whatever else, and of course, I got kind of angry, and I believe it was literally that day, that break, like my first break, which was like 2 hours later, that I sat down and started writing this. So, it's called Tell Me How I Feel, and this will be the one poem I'm going to read today. Here's the poem. So it's Tell Me How I Feel, and it's from January of 2019. Crying, feeling stupid, wondering why I feel this way. You come around and tell me I'm overreacting and that I'm okay. I'm anxious and you say I'm overthinking and that it's not as bad as I make it sound. Till I'm gasping trying to breathe, laid down crying on the ground. You see me standing on my own, but you don't see that I'm empty. You tell me it's a choice and that I'd have more friends if I'd just act happy. If only I could block it out and make it all seem much less real, but since I can only hear myself, you should tell me how I feel. Tell me I'm off balance and that I need to get more sleep. Tell me my depression's fake, pretend it's about you instead of me. Make me feel more guilty for just wanting to be alone. Ask if it's because of you that I've been choosing to stay at home. Tell me I'm obsessive and that I'm crazy, yeah, that's fine. Tell me all your thoughts on all the feelings that are mine. I get that you don't see that I'm feeling insecure. I get that you can't see how bad I wish it would get easier. I get that you don't understand all the feelings, but they're real. Until you realize I'm begging, please tell me how I feel. Tell me I am strong. Tell me I'm so brave. Tell me things are hard right now, but that I will be okay. Tell me all these feelings are so normal at my age, and that it's hard to read a story if I never turn the page. In time it will get easy. I might look back and laugh, and someday laugh. Someday my heart won't break at the sight of a single photograph. Anxiety sucks the life from me. Depression helps me sleep. It's hard to leave my bed sometimes, but the nightmares comfort me. They make me feel much less alone. They also help me heal. So it's so hard to explain, but like you, they help tell me how I feel. And that is, I'm sorry, the phone was like right beneath the thing, because that way it kind of looks like I'm looking at this. Anyway, yeah, so that is the poem that I wrote about anxiety and depression, because I just got sick of all the voices in my head, and like, or not even the voices in my head, but the voices in my life that were trying to be in my head. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, anyways, so there's the poem. I really wanted to read more, but I grabbed the wrong book. I grabbed the right book. Like, I do have two of these. But this one here is storybook, not my poetry book. So, unless you guys want me to tell you about the stories that I've started and haven't finished, because I've got a couple of those, this book is not helpful. If you haven't seen my other poetry reading videos, do watch them. I will have a playlist somewhere. At the end of the day, I want you guys to think back to what I said at the beginning of the video, where if you've got any ideas that you would like to see on my channel, please feel free to comment them. Don't even, like I said, don't even think about my channel. Tell me, what are the kinds of videos you enjoy? So if you're watching this video, what kind of videos are you drawn to? What kind of videos do you find yourself searching or watching late at night? Late at night, when I say late at night, I don't mean like alone in your bedroom when nobody's watching. I mean like, you know, you're simmering down and you're in a family room and there's family around and you've got headphones in and you're watching a video. What kind of video are you watching? Please don't say it starts with a P and ends with orn, because I don't really want to, I don't think I'll be able to handle a request for that. I mean, please don't ever request that. I cannot, I will never promise that content ever. Never, ever, ever. But yes. I've also got like some story times coming, like I've already said. I've got a story time coming about yesterday, and I also am planning a trip 7 hours one way in the next couple weeks, and then I'm planning a trip 7 hours the other way in a couple weeks. So I will have some travel stuff coming up, and I will have, I'm going to Toronto next weekend to go see my favorite band, Floor, which is F-L-O-R, and you guys should check them out because they're amazing. With that being said, I do have lots of other stuff coming up, but it's all dependent on when I find people that want to be in videos, because I do want to do, I got like a little bit of like a YouTube Olympics kind of thing that I want to do. I've also got some like don't open the box kind of challenges, or choose the right box kind of challenges, and I've got a lot. There was a time when I was talking with my sister about making my backyard into a giant board game. And that's still kind of in the air, because I just don't have people that are willing to come out here to do that where we have the space. And those that are willing to come out here to do that where I have the space aren't wanting to be on camera. So it's kind of a catch-22. It's, no matter what, there's something in the way of the big videos happening. So they will. I need to make more friends in the video, online, social media which I'm working on. I just have to break this shell a little bit more, you know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye! I will never promise that content, ever. Never, ever, ever.